Is it recording?
Yes.
All right. Hello, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, everyone's here. Well, most of us.
Yes.
All right, we have the minutes from the last meeting in March. Any questions? Can I have a motion to approve them?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
So moved. And we'll go on to the director's report.
All right. So happy March. Spring's here, I think.
It's here. It doesn't feel like it.
I think it's here. Yesterday's weather, I said it could not make up
It was
its
snowing
mind.
yesterday morning.
I was sitting in the reception area with Carol in the afternoon, and the sun was shining like from this way, but over there was so dark. I'm like, what is going on? It rained, it snowed, it sunshine.
A little bit of everything
Yeah.
yesterday.
It was freezing. I don't know. Anyhow, so spring is here. We started, March, well, actually, spring is in March, but we still had our Ireland and, I don't know what I'm trying to say, St. Patrick's stuff going on. But anyhow, Nancy Franks was here. She did Escape to Ireland. They explored Ireland's picturesque towns and villages, but not the usual tourist stops. So she researches everything. She does a great job. She gives them, I think they did a fun giveaway of Irish things at the end and everything. But Nancy was back. Bill Reedy came for an afternoon. We did live traditional folk songs, Irish favorites, sing-along songs. And we do that separate because when I do my Irish St. Patrick's Day lunch, everybody's so busy talking that if I have entertainment, nobody's paying attention. So we've made it two different events. We had Ed the Wizard, who has been here before. He's fabulous. He does mystical, magical mayhem. But he does some really good tricks. I was watching and I was like, did you go to it?
Yes,
I was like, I don't even know how he's doing this. But he's great, and he comes in his full wizard outfit and everything, so he does a good job, and he has audience participation, which is always fun. Singo, we're doing that monthly, and everybody loves it, so we just keep doing that one. St. Patrick's Day lunch. I don't know. I don't think any of you were. Sue, were you here that day?
No.
Somebody? No? We had 62 people in the building. We used every inch of our building to fit everybody. Yes. Sitting down, tables all the way through in here everywhere, chairs everywhere. And we had a wait list of like 20 something still.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like it's such a popular one. Lisa from Nautical Mile does our corned beef and cabbage. Everybody loves it. So that day is just always a great fun day. Everybody's wearing their green, having a blast, and all our crazy things we put on. We had Therapy Gardens again. They did a presentation on plants, and they played plant bingo. So at the end, everybody went home with a plant. New presenter. I wasn't actually here this day, so but they said he was really good. Jack Ryan, he did a presentation on Houdini. So they looked into like his life and everything else, but Jack also does like magic and stuff like that too. So I think he talks about Houdini, explains Houdini, but also does some Houdini-like stuff. We had Skip Waite, who was actually on Chronicle. He's a Native American flutist, and he actually makes his own flutes. They're branch-style flutes. So anyhow, he came and he did an introduction to the flute, and he shares the different songs, and he does songs and sounds and stuff. I don't know, it's different. He has all these flutes, and it was funny because he was on TV, and Jill's like, I just saw this guy, he was really cool, whatever. I'm like, we had him. She's like, oh. She's like, you'd think I didn't even work here. But anyhow, he was really good. We also did a different one called Dr. Cornfish Caricatures. So he came and he did caricatures, and people did themselves, and some people they didn't bring their dogs in, but they had pictures of their dogs, so then he did caricatures of their dogs. So that was a fun one. He did 5 minutes on everybody.
Oh, wow.
They sit down and I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, it's impressive.
I saw the pictures. They
Yeah.
were cute.
Yeah. It was really
It's
fun,
good.
but
So everybody here that was here got
everybody.
Wow.
I mean, obviously we had sign-ups and that, so
Yeah.
that we made sure we didn't have too many and everything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Wow.
in 5 minutes he would sketch them out, and it's pretty impressive. I don't know how people are that good. Not me. I would be like,
John looks like a stick man.
Yeah, everybody does. You all look the same. So that was kind of our activities over the month. Building, I think you guys were here when the sump pumps failed last time. So that got fixed. That was back.
Checked mine.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh no. I think I called Joe after that. I was like, just make sure there's no problem with the sump pump because we just had a problem.
First thing I did when I got home.
So anyhow, one had to be replaced. One, I don't know if it just tripped or I don't even know, but one was fine. They got it back, and the other one they had to replace. So on the bus, we had a tire that had a nail in it. But actually, this month, I was off 3 days, so that occurred during that time too. But the driver just stopped at DPW, and they actually fixed it for him.
Okay.
So that was nice because the tire was this past month they went to Walmart and Aldi's in Plymouth. They went to the Brass Lantern in Hanover for lunch. The Rent Them Outlets. They did Walmart in Halifax. They did University Station in Westwood and Market Basket and Trader Joe's in Hanover. And that's kind of sums up our March.
Pretty busy.
Always.
All right.
May, I have to say, we're only getting into April, but I was looking at Lynn does the planning and that, and I looked at the first week of May and I was like, holy cow. It's a busy first week. So anyhow.
All right. Have a motion to approve the director's report?
I approve.
In a second?
Second.
All right. The financials. We all got them. Any questions on them?
No.
All right. Have a motion to approve them?
Motion.
In a second?
I second.
All right.
This is fun.
I
I remember who started.
know. Committee reports.
Yeah, same old. John's still working on fuel assistance. I don't think there's that many people coming in anymore, but it is available through the end of April. But
I thought they ran out.
well, they had the funding, but then they did get some more, and they gave a little
Okay.
bit more. It wasn't honestly like someone that called me. It was maybe another $150, but it was $150. So yeah, I don't. You're right, but there was a little bit more. And then there's the people that I don't know how that works because they had run out, I thought, but then the people like on gas and that still hadn't gotten their stuff. So I don't know how that works if you just don't get anything because they can't shut your gas off.
Right.
But for people with oil, obviously,
Right.
Just run out.
yeah. I'll have to ask John that question. But technically, April 30th is the end of the program year. So, and the only other thing is we are meeting May 13th at 9 a.m.
Wow, me.
Okay.
May. Can you believe it? This year just started.
All right. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I am a motion.
In a second?
Second.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.